officer, since you're actually not stopping filming, we're going to actually contact the police department. They're going to sort it out for us.
By stopping services to people, you're only just trying to incite violence against me. I'm literally going to stand outside, wait for law enforcement, ma'am. Yes, I was.
Then you would have done it.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You are ridiculous.
No, ma'am, you are. Why don't you tell the person that you pay to do his job?
They told you and I told you you're not welcome back. Okay?
They never told me that.
I'm telling you.
You're able to go inside, you're just not able to film. I mean, does that make sense to you?
You would arrest me if I went inside, right?
For trespassing, yes. So you would be taken, fingerprinted, processed, the whole 9 yards.
Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here. Back again with another video. Today we're at the Department of Transportation Driver's License Center here in Norristown, Pennsylvania. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting inside the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation Driver's License Center. Let's take a look around.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
How can I help you?
I don't need any help at the moment, ma'am. Thank you.
You don't need any services here today?
Not at the moment, no. I'm just going to look at some literature on the walls and I'll get back to you.
Okay, are you recording?
Am I recording, ma'am?
Uh-huh.
I am recording, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. So you all can't hear what I just heard, but apparently they are stopping services while I am here, which is what they did at the last driver's license center we were at. There goes our friendly reminder that they're always recording us, even though it always seems to be an issue that when we the people record them.
Sir, how can we help you today?
Hey sir, how are you? Who are you?
I'm the manager here.
You're the manager, and your name, sir?
My name is Matthew.
My name is Sean, sir.
Hi.
I'm just an independent journalist. I'm here to use the Department of Transportation Driver's License Center for its intended purposes. Just gathering some content. I've received a lot of complaints regarding this specific branch here.
Okay.
So I'm just gathering some content for my story.
So we ask that you do not film in our location because there's a lot of personal information around here.
You have personal information lying around in the public, sir?
There's personal information in the center. We don't want you to inadvertently capture some of that on film. I'm not saying that you're going to do that, but if you have business at the desk, we'll be happy to help you get through, and you're welcome to film that. But other than that, we're going to ask that you do not film in our location because we have signs posted all over the place.
You have signs that say what?
Correct. Do not film. Right back on the wall.
And that would be to protect private information that you have laying around in public?
That's part of it, because we deal with private information.
But it's not laying around for anybody to see, right?
We do ask that you do not film in our location. So if you have business at the desk, we're more than happy to help you get through it. Do you have business here?
Well, yeah, we can get to that, but
no, that's all I'm interested in. Is do you have business here that you need to take care of for your own licensing?
Well, sir, I'm here to first exercise my First Amendment right of gathering content for my story, so freedom of press right.
Film in our location.
This is a public building?
This is not a public building.
Who owns the building then?
It's not. It's a leased space.
Well, it's leased by the government.
No, but it's not a public space. So the other question is do you have business at the location other than trying to film in our location?
Well, yes, sir, I do.
All right, so can I help you to a desk, and you're more than happy to get that done?
Well, sir, no, I'm here to conduct constitutionally protected business.
I understand what you're saying, but now we've asked that you don't film in our location.
I understand that you're asking me that, sir. Yes, I understand that.
All right, so do you want to continue to film? If you do,
I'm going to
end this conversation. I'm going to go and advise my supervisor that.
I thought you were the manager.
Everybody has a supervisor.
Right. Okay.
I have a supervisor.
Okay. And is that person here today?
No, he's not.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I'm just here to promote transparency and accountability within our government, sir.
If you do not want to finish filming here and you don't want to go to a desk, I'm going to ask everybody to stop what they're doing, and we're not going to process anybody here.
Why would that be, sir?
Because we're here to protect their information. That's why.
But I'm obviously not gathering any private information, sir.
We ask that you do not film in location. We have signs posted all over the place that you do not film.
But am I recording any personal information or confidential information right now, sir?
We've asked that you don't. At this point, I'm not going to engage you anymore. I'm just going to go in for get my supervisor.
It seems ridiculous, sir, to stop services of other people just because.
And he's refusing to he's refusing to stop filming. I've asked him if he's has business. He says he can get to that, but folks, please stop doing what you're doing and turn over the paperwork. We cannot continue the process at this time.
Why would that be, sir? Sounds to me that this gentleman is trying to incite violence against me.
Correct. All right. I've asked him to stop filming. Like I said, posted all over the place, all over the walls. Okay. Well, he says he can get to that. I'm going to say this again. Do you have any business at the desk?
I do, sir.
All right. So, what would you like to be done at the desk?
Well, sir, I cannot look around the facility.
No, we're asking that you not film, and if you're not going to do your business at the desk,
well, there's plenty of public information that I'm consuming that's in the lobby,
no,
sir.
It's not. Yep. Okay, I'll stop and interrupt.
But sir, by stopping services
Okay.
to people, you're only just trying to incite violence against
I'll let
me.
him know. All right. Yep. All right, sir. Since you're actually not stopping filming, we're going to actually contact the police department. They're going to sort it out for us. Okay?
You can contact law enforcement
Okay,
if that's what
we're
you
doing
feel
that.
the need to
All
do.
right. Okay.
But I wouldn't deny services to the public just because I'm here, sir. Sir, if you want, I'll stand in the back. Just don't don't disturb
No,
people's
sir.
services.
You cannot film in our location. We've asked you not to. We've
Right.
asked you. If
But
you're
there's
not gonna go
cameras
to a
filming
desk-
everywhere, sir.
If you're not going to go to a desk and take care of your business, we're going to stop our operations until you are leave or the police come and actually sort it out for us.
But sir, all that's going to do is incite violence.
I'm not doing anything. Other than
You
that.
are. You're stopping services, sir.
That's correct.
But what is the need for stopping services, sir?
Okay, all personal information is turned over if you have any out. Folks, we cannot continue to process information at this time until the person who's filming the location is trying to protect your personal information. So we're not going to continue processing at this time until this is completed. Correct. We have somebody in here filming.
Dude, can you come out so other people can do their business?
Yeah, no, as soon as he calls, I just want to speak to law enforcement about it. I'm just trying to affect some change here for some transparency and accountability.
Affecting everybody else, so
Yeah, but I'm not trying to, ma'am. Ma'am, this is exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to turn you against me. That's what they're trying to do.
against you. You can do what you want, but everybody has.
I'm not stopping you from conducting your business, ma'am. I'm not.
You are, because this is personal things.
Well, I'm not recording anything personal, ma'am. I'm not. I'm a journalist. I'm gathering content for a story, ma'am. I have nothing. I've received a lot of complaints about this. This is a public building, right? Our tax dollars come to fund it. What's the big deal? You see cameras? They have cameras all over this building. One more doesn't hurt anything, ma'am.
It seems to be.
I mean, it seems to be, but it's not my.
Know about our business.
And that's unfortunate.
You're doing.
And that's unfortunate. If he calls law enforcement, I'll wait for law enforcement in the foyer over here, and then I hope that he'll help you conduct your business. Excuse me?
Somebody call the law enforcement.
Well, yeah, I'll step over here. Well, I'll see if, sir, if I step over here in the vestibule.
The building with your camera.
See, he's being unreasonable.
No, it's not. Just step right
I'm gonna
inside.
step right here.
Business done.
Yeah, you could. I don't want to stop you from doing what you want to do, brother. I really don't. But I'm not
Look,
stopping
right
you.
there,
I'm not
right
the one
there.
stopping
That's all
you.
you have to do is
I know.
stand right there.
I'll stand right here, ma'am. I'll stand
Okay?
right here.
Right where they're telling you.
Look at these unconstitutional.
Sir, it's just right there.
I understand that, ma'am. It's the principle of exercising my
And
constitutional rights, ma'am.
And my rights,
I'm
I
being
need to get
reasonable.
on with my life
So
here.
why are you yelling at me,
Stand
man? When you
there.
can yell at, well, why don't you yell at the public servant that's supposed to be
We
helping
don't have a
you?
problem. They're protecting my rights and telling me you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing. So please.
But they're the ones that are giving you the problem, not me, ma'am. I'm being reasonable. I went into the lobby area here.
They asked you to go outside and you're in the lobby.
Yeah.
I understand.
Go outside.
What personal information? He says he's trying to protect your personal information. Be reasonable. What personal information am I getting from
You're not
standing right
supposed to be
here?
recording while they have everyone's personal information.
But what personal information, sir, can I get from being right here? Nothing.
I mean,
So it's
They asked you
unreasonable.
to
But
go
that's what they
outside.
said. Yeah, I
And
understand.
you're
I
not
didn't
going
know
outside.
nothing.
It's
Right,
unreasonable.
right.
You're the one
But
being unreasonable.
I know, but
How?
no, we can't
I understand, but do you understand that he's trying to? This is the response, but this is the response that he's trying to elicit. He's trying to get you to attack me. But why aren't we demanding? Why aren't we demanding of our public servants the ones why aren't we demanding of our public servants the one that we pay tax dollars to do their job?
Right, I agree. But
Do their job. He needs to do his job, sir. I'm not stopping him. I am literally not stopping him from doing his job.
You have to step outside.
I'm literally not stopping him from doing his job, sir.
This is why they're going to make a change. Not saying that. I think you're right.
I agree.
And
they're right.
I'm just trying to promote transparency in the government.
Right.
If everybody keeps doing this, it's going to end up causing a change in the Constitution, which is going to.
Well, it's really hard. It's really hard for them to change the Constitution, sir. But they're not changing the Constitution. I'm trying to exercise the rights that are already afforded to me under the Constitution. Freedom of press. That's all. We pay tax dollars to fund this facility. I've received a lot of complaints, and I complained. And a lot of people have made complaints to me. I go across the country. Ma'am.
Everybody else's life has to be
I
affected
gotta go to
because of
work.
one person.
Sir, did you call law enforcement? Okay, no problem. Listen, I'm sorry. This is not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
See, no, now I'm not. I was literally going to stand outside, wait for law enforcement, ma'am. Yes, I was.
Then you would have done it.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You are ridiculous.
No, ma'am, you are. Why don't you tell the person that you pay to do his job? Why are you telling me? I'm just a citizen here just like you.
Be a decent person.
Tell him to do his job. Tell him to be a decent person. Why are you attacking me? I don't want anybody's attention. I don't want it even. You started talking to me.
One person has affected everybody. So our lives are on hold right now.
What did she say?
I have no idea what's going on.
If law enforcement's on the way, I'm going to wait outside because my intention is not to hurt anybody. That's what they're trying to do to you.
I appreciate that.
And I hope you would just understand that fact. You do? You understand? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to wait for law enforcement to get here. Sir, please help everybody. Absolutely ridiculous. Only reason I'm stepping outside here is because he's already called law enforcement. So we're going to see what law enforcement has to say about this. And it's just ridiculous. I feel horrible. I don't want to delay anybody's day, but it's not me delaying their day. It's not me delaying their day. It is the management here, the public servants here. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is what the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation Driver's License Center does. This is exactly what they do here. This is their MO. They stopped serving people. I was reasonable and went into the vestibule area so that way I couldn't get, there's no possible way I can get law enforcement any type of personal information until law enforcement arrived. But do you see, ladies and gentlemen, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. Because even when I couldn't get any personal information, they still stopped helping people. And at least that one woman understood that. You know, she might have not, you know, been willing to wait until law enforcement got here and we settled this out, but at least she said, listen, I understand they should be doing their job. You're not getting any personal information. At least she was on my side for that aspect, but I don't blame these people. They don't know me, but we the people should stick together instead of dividing each other, instead of turning on each other when our public servants go against us. That's not the way it should be. We should stand up for each other. We should be together telling the management, do your job, the job that we pay you to do. How are you?
Easy, man.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate the support, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Norristown Police Department has arrived. Hi, sir. How are you? I didn't hear you before.
So they don't want you back on the property. It is private property. It's not public. If they ask you to leave, you're going to have to leave. Okay?
Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
It's right here, sir.
Right here?
Yes.
Is that H-E-R?
It's right here. Okay. Can I get your information?
How do you spell right?
Can I have your information?
Oh, your name's not right here. You were just being rude.
Can I have your...
Sir, this is not private property.
They don't want you there. You will be arrested for trespass.
This is not private property.
Official warning. They told you and I told you you're not welcome back. Okay?
They never told me that.
I'm telling you.
You can't tell me that. They have to tell me that. So let's. I can tell you. You're not an authorized representative of theirs.
I am.
You're not.
I am.
You just said it's a private building.
I just spoke with them. Okay?
You just said it's a private building.
You've been advised.
I'd like to speak to a supervisor, sir. Can you please call a supervisor as per your policy? Can you please call a supervisor? You see how rude this officer is being here from the Norristown Police Department. It says genuinely committed. Obviously, they're not genuinely committed to upholding our constitutional rights here.
So I'm going to ask them very nicely not to go up on their property, okay?
This is not their property, sir.
You want to tell them that you don't want to be here?
We want you to not be here, actually, because we don't want you to film inside. All right? We ask that you...
This is public property, sir.
I'm not going to engage you.
That's fine.
This is public property. This is public property.
All right? You
This
can
is
be on the
public
sidewalk. I don't have a problem with that. You just can't go inside.
Sir, I would like you to call a supervisor,
The
sir.
supervisor's on his way, sir.
Because you are violating my constitutional rights. You've escalated since you've got here.
He's on his right.
You've escalated since you've got here.
I explain myself to you. They don't want you on the
You
property.
said this was private property.
They don't want you on. If they don't want you on the property, you cannot be on the property. Okay?
So why am I not allowed? Why am I not allowed on the property, sir?
Supervisor's on his way.
Can you clarify why am I not allowed?
Supervisor's on his way. If you don't want to talk to me, then.
Sir, I'm asking you. I am talking to you. Why? You're not explaining to me why.
You're causing a disturbance, and it's their right.
It's their right to refuse services to me. As a public agency, it's their right.
Correct.
So you can trespass me from the police department?
Correct.
No, you cannot, sir.
Yes.
You cannot trespass me from the police department.
Go back on the property. I'm explaining.
I'm talking about the police department. If I went to the police department, would you trespass me?
I'm explaining to you. If we ask you to leave,
It's public property.
Yes.
It's public property, sir. It's funded by the. It's funded by the taxpayers. What don't you understand about that, sir? I'm trying to have a civil conversation with you. I'm trying to have a. I'm trying to have a civil conversation with you because your name right here is going to be on the federal lawsuit, sir.
Okay. There is no lawsuit.
There is a lawsuit, sir. Because you're violating my constitutional rights, sir. What law have I broken?
I've already explained to you.
What law have I broken, sir?
They don't. Nothing yet. They don't want you on the property.
So they could just tell anybody they want that they don't in our publicly funded property. This is taxpayer funded agency here, sir.
You on the property? They've asked you to leave, and now you're not welcome there.
So if I needed services, I couldn't go get services.
You would have to go to another place, another licensing center.
So I'm permanently banned from this property.
Yes. They do not want you out here.
I need some type of notice.
I don't understand how I can make it clear.
No. You're making yourself very clear, crystal clear, sir. But what I want, maybe I'm not making myself clear. I'm sorry. Let me start over. It's not engaging. It's called a conversation, sir.
Okay.
It's called a civil conversation, sir.
All right. Supervisor.
There is nothing. I didn't break any laws.
Supervisor's on his way.
Sir, I didn't break any laws. You don't know how I conducted myself inside. I was very cordial to everyone. I was very respectful. I'm there to engage in a constitutionally protected activity, sir. Did you take, officer right here, did you take an oath to uphold the United States Constitution, sir? Sir, did you take an oath to uphold the United States Constitution? I'm asking you a question. Are you exercising your right to remain silent? Are you exercising your right to remain silent at this time, sir? Did you take an oath to uphold the United States Constitution? I have a First Amendment right to petition my grievances to my government of freedom of press and freedom of expression, sir. I have a right to be in a public building. You're opening up your town for a federal civil rights lawsuit, sir. For what?
Supervisor's on his way. You can speak to him.
No problem. And let me ask you one last question, sir. If somebody, it's not engaging, sir. It's called a conversation with a member of the public. You're a public servant, sir. You are violating my rights. You are violating my rights, and I have a right to talk to you about that, and to ask you questions regarding it. So if they said we don't want this man in here because his skin color is too dark or too light, you would say, oh, they don't want you in there anymore, and you would remove me. Would you do that, sir? You wouldn't do that, huh? What if they said he's praying inside of our lobby and we don't allow praying inside of our lobby? We want him removed, officer. Would you remove him, officer, right here? I think that's a genuine question. Is this the supervisor here? So we have another officer arrived on scene. Hi, sir. Do you mind if I get your name and badge number?
Huh?
Do you mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
Sure, it's Officer Romano, badge 190. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Good.
Is supervisor en route?
Somebody's en route up here, yep.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Hey, Sergeant, how are you?
That would be Corporal. What's going on, sir?
Corporal, are you a supervisor?
I am.
So, can I get your name and badge number first, sir?
Sure. My name is Corporal Hoover. Badge number is 232 right here on my shirt.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So what's going on today?
So I went in to use the purposes of the Driver's License Bureau. I was there to investigate a story that I was working on.
Okay.
And they said that they didn't allow recording inside of the public lobby there.
Okay.
And they denied services to everybody. So while they denied services to everybody, I didn't want the people to have their services denied to them. So I stepped out for a few minutes, actually a while, waiting for you guys to come here.
Okay.
And this officer here, right here, you said your name was, sir? So I just wanted you to identify yourself properly and professionally, sir. But, sir, I just wanted you to identify. So this officer right here came up to my vehicle, and he said that I couldn't hear him, actually. So I got out of the vehicle. He attempted to drive away from me, almost hitting me with his vehicle. So I'm going to be filing a complaint against him for that.
Okay.
But I have no... officer right here saying that I can't access the building.
You are correct. If they have denied you any entry when you're filming, then you have no entry, no right of entry into the building. That's something you need to take up with the state government, because it's a PennDOT state building, not a Norristown building.
But you would arrest me if I went inside, right?
For trespassing, yes, we would have to.
Right, but you just said it was a state building.
Correct.
So you would enforce the state's policies?
We would enforce the state laws, yes. As a representative of the property here, if they ban you from the property,
right,
that would constitute defiant trespass if you were to go back in. There are two levels of defiant trespass. One is a summary citation, the equivalent of a traffic ticket. The second would be a custodial arrest, where you would be taken, fingerprinted, processed, the whole 9 yards. Okay. Now, I'm only offering this as speculation because I have not talked to anybody inside. I'm only speaking with you at the moment since you engaged me first. Okay.
Right. So my only question to you, sir, is, so I just want to make it clear, because in order for me to take this to a federal court and to trying to rectify the situation in a federal court system, not in a state court, it would be, I would need standing in said court. And in order for me to have standing, my rights need to be violated. So you're telling me, as a corporal of the Norristown Police Department, that if I walk back into this public building here and attempt to get services and exercise my rights, you will arrest me?
While you are filming, yes, if that is what the staff inside has determined.
So that's a yes, you will arrest me.
Again, if
I just want to be clear.
Right, and you're not listening to the words I'm saying. Okay, so I want to be very clear.
I am listening.
I've only spoke to you.
Right.
I have not spoke to anyone inside.
So why don't you go talk to them, and then we could be clear.
Go in and chat with
okay.
them. Okay. And then we will see what we can do to resolve this at this point in time. Just for the record, what's your name, sir, so I know who I'm speaking with?
My name's Sean, sir.
Sean? Okay, Sean. Are you local to the area, or?
I'd rather not give any additional private information.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to go clarify it with them, and then you can come out. Because I just want to be really clear here.
What did you say your name was again, sir?
Sean.
Sean. S-H-A-W-N or S-E-A-N?
S-E-A-N.
S-E-A-N?
Yep.
So, I just spoke to the district manager on the phone. Okay. So their issue with the filming inside is the personal identifying information of patrons that are inside the building. They have to stop all operations because that is a controlled item. Be like having your social security number laying out for somebody to come around and take pictures of, things of that nature. That's why they have to stop any sort of operations when people are filming inside. Their issue is not so much with you being inside, with you trying to do some sort of investigatory story, anything of that nature. It is solely with the filming while people are inside. Okay. What the district manager has offered is the press contact so that you can arrange a tour after hours or when the place is closed down, so it's not open to the public. So you can come in, you can film, and you can do your story that you need to. And as far as it goes in here for filming inside, you're able to go inside, you're just not able to film. I mean, does that make sense to you?
Well, what law would I be breaking if I'm able to go inside but I just can't film inside? What law is that? Because you just said I'm able to go inside.
Right, without filming.
without filming. So
again,
that's what I'm saying. What law would I be breaking if I went inside while
You
filming?
would be falling into defiant trespass at this point. Again, like I said earlier, all right, because there's conditions attached to using the property. In this
So
case,
it's a conditional trespass.
It would be defiant trespass. There's not really a conditional trespass.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No,
that's what I'm
fine.
saying.
You don't. It doesn't necessarily have to make
You
sense.
can't put
I'm telling what's going to
conditions on a trespass, sir.
happen. Okay. So again, sir, I've explained this to you. If you would like the contact, I will happily provide it to you.
I'll take whatever contact information you have, but just to be clear, if I went in there exercising my rights of recording in a publicly accessible area, you would arrest me.
At this point, you would be issued a citation. Yes, I don't have much option in this matter because we've discussed it, and with them,
As long as we're clear. Now, I just ask you another question,
What's
and it's
your,
probably
what was
my
your other question?
this is my last question. If I went in there and I was praying, or if I was, if I went in there and the manager came out and told you, "Hey, sir, Corporal Hoover, we don't want this man in here because he's a little too dark for our taste," or he's praying, and we're telling you we don't want him in here. Would you trespass me at that point?
No.
Why not?
Because you praying or you having a certain color of skin does not affect the personal identifying information of the other patrons inside.
Neither does me recording.
Your recording does.
If I can record it, I could see it.
Right.
And write it down, right? Could I not just look at it and write it down?
So if you were taking notes in there while you were walking around without a camera, I would presume they would have an issue with that as well.
Oh, you think so? Oh, I'll try that.
I would presume so.
I'll try that.
I don't work for PennDOT. I don't know.
I just wanted to see where does it stop? You know, where if because according to you, I mean, you made it seem, and your officer right here behind you said that no matter what, if they don't want you there, you've explained a little bit better, but he said no matter what, if they don't want you there, so that's why I wanted to ask you if it was a color issue or if it was. So you're protecting people's privacy in public.
There are protected rights. So inside of there is not necessarily public, especially behind the counter where the information is.
Of course, yeah. Nobody would go behind the counter. That would be ridiculous.
But standing next to the counter and looking down, filming on it.
Right. Nobody was doing that either.
I'm not accusing you of it.
I know. I'm just telling you what happened.
That's fine. Again,
just telling you what happened, and that's fine. Listen,
you were inside. You were roaming around.
I know you don't care that any federal lawsuits. You don't care. You have qualified immunity. I get that, but the people of Norristown are the ones that are gonna have to foot the bill, and it's something that they should be concerned about. But so yeah, I have my standing in federal court. Do you have that information?
I'm writing it down for you.
Okay, thank you. One more question. Do you know how to go about requesting body camera footage? Can I do that online, or is it something I have to go to?
Under a police station. Presumably it would fall under a right to know act. You'd have to go and request all that, and then. But
I'm just saying, there's no online method.
We don't have.
Okay.
We're not that technologically advanced. I wish we were.
Okay.
Same thing where if you're intent on filing a citizen's complaint, you would need to come down to our station. You'd be issued a form. You'd have to fill out and resubmit it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Can you read that?
Diego Sandino, press officer, number, Department of Transportation.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it.
That is the person that you should contact in regards to after hours coming in to be able to film and do whatever investigatory stuff that you need. Beyond that,
Can you not just see the silliness so that if I could see it, I could write it down?
I can see a lot of silliness, sir, but I'm not necessarily paid to have an opinion on silly one way or the other.
Well, you're paid to honor your oath to the United States Constitution and our rights. That's what you're paid to do.
The district manager on the phone I was speaking to, just because someone's a jerk doesn't make it illegal. Okay.
Right.
So, and that goes on both sides of the fence.
Exactly, like officer right here. Exactly. Yeah. So, sir, at the end of the day, you are supposed to honor your oath to the Constitution. You did take an oath, correct, when you took this job? Freedom of press is one of our rights that we have. So
with anything else in our Constitution and the rights that we have, there are limits to them.
Right, reasonable limits.
Reasonable limits.
I agree with that.
In this case, there's been nothing unreasonable done, said, or intimated towards you.
Well, keeping me out of a public building is unreasonable, especially when I could see it. If I could see it.
Keeping you out of the public building, only keeping you out when you're filming. If the phone gets turned off and goes in your pocket, you have free access to the.
So what if I was secretly recording?
If you were secretly recording and you were observed doing it, we'd be in the same situation.
Well, no, secretly means nobody saw me.
What secretly means.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Right. Nobody saw me.
Okay.
And then I went and I posted that video. There's nothing you could do. I didn't break any law, right?
There wouldn't be anything I would do about it, no.
Right.
Because I wouldn't be interacting with you on the sidewalk in front of the building at this time.
Right. So you write a warrant?
Depends on the situation.
Conditional trust. I gotta talk to my lawyer about a conditional trespass. That doesn't seem like, oh, you know, as long as you're not wearing your hat, as long as you're not, you know, doing this.
As a way to explain it that might be a little bit more easy to understand. Any one of these buildings, say you go over to the Royal Farm. On the front door of the Royal Farm, there's a sign saying no firearms allowed, no concealed carry or whatever, okay? You go inside, you're carrying a concealed pistol. Perfectly legal to do here in Pennsylvania, all right? You go inside and the manager sees you and sees that you have a concealed pistol. He can ask you to leave because you are violating their terms of service, okay?
Right.
Now.
But we're talking about private versus public, just so we're clear.
Not done yet.
Go ahead, finish.
Once that, you know, that representative of the place sees you, personal or private, okay, and asks you to leave, if you comply, it's over and done. If you do not comply, then it becomes defiant trespass, kind of the whole thing with defiant. As in you're being told to leave and you're refusing to do so.
Right.
So that's what it falls into with
again,
this.
I don't really understand your analogy there, because you're talking about private property versus tax. I don't fund the property. We the people, we don't fund the property of Royal Farms, so they can say whatever they want.
Again, using Royal Farms as an example.
But we're talking about a public property funded by taxpayers.
Any state building,
right?
They generally have some sort of public access area, such as the lobby of this, okay? But there's also conditions to use that public access area. You know, again, it's one of those things where there are rights, but there are limits on rights. This will
be, again, reasonable limits is where I would make my point. Is reasonable. Is it reasonable not to record and promote trans? No, it's not. Is it reasonable to, you know, exercise your rights and promote transparency and accountability within your government? I would think that's pretty reasonable. I'm not disrupting any business. They were the ones disrupting the business. I even left because I didn't. My intention doing this is not to hurt the common man. I don't want to. They stopped services, and I didn't want that.
They have to stop everything when someone's inside filming.
That's their choice.
No, that is because of the PII information, the personally identifying information. There's actual regulations that govern how it needs to be.
It's not a law. That's their policy, sir. I'm just saying. But anyway, like I said, we could, this is something that could be, I don't want to argue, sir, I don't think that we're arguing. I think that we were having a polite conversation.
We are.
There's a difference
you're
between
circling around and trying to continue going back to.
I don't want to go back and forth. No, I don't want to go back and forth. Like I said, there's reasonable restrictions, and I don't think this is reasonable, and that's for a court to determine, and I will see you in court. Have a nice day.
All right, sir.
Have a nice day, gentlemen. You take care, you stay safe, okay? Officer right here. Be careful where you're driving with the car. You almost hit me. Got to learn to control the I do trainings at police departments across the country. First Amendment, de-escalation trainings. I work with departments. You know, I'll contact the chief. Maybe I can work some out with you guys. Pro bono, we can, because that de-escalation that you had, and as his supervisor, you know, since you want to stay here, we can talk a little more. You know, he escalated the situation. Do you guys learn de-escalation in your academy here at the Norristown Police Department?
We learn a lot of things, sir.
Do you learn de-escalation techniques?
So I'm not going to discuss our police academy with you. It's
That's
beyond
fine.
any relevant conversation I need to have with you.
That's fine. You can have a great day, sir. Take care. Stay safe. I could see why he doesn't de-escalate.
As we've well established, sir, we are on a public sidewalk in public. We can hang out as long as you can.
Right. You can. No one's saying you can't.
Okay.
You just have a job to do. That's all.
I've got a radio that tells me when I need to go somewhere else.
So, oh great. So we can all see how busy the Norristown Police Department is. Maybe we can make some budget cuts. We'll see. 3 officers here standing on the sidewalk for a man with a camera. Then we could bring that up maybe the next council meeting. Maybe you guys are overfunded. Maybe there's not enough crime in this town to support right here Romano and Corporal Hoover.
One eternity later.
And you, sir, you have a very, very bad attitude when dealing with the public. I don't know if you've dealt with other people who have peacefully exercised their rights, and maybe you're a little biased and you tried to, but you know, I've dealt with some tyrants. So do you just like hang out in your car all day, all night, or how does that work? Just come when somebody asks for you?
It depends. I have different responsibilities.
You're the lowest supervisor, right? It goes corporal, sergeant. Okay. Let's take a look at the corporal's vehicle here before we get out of here. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, our rights were violated here. Officer right here escalated the situation 100%. There was no need for that. Banging on my car door, wasn't even recording at the time, but it was just no need. Our rights have been violated. Pennsylvania Department of Transportation does not like transparency or accountability, and they will stop services just for somebody peacefully exercising their rights. I'm going to try and take them up on the offer to see if they will even allow me to film after hours, and we'll work that out, but just basically just to see how that plays out. But we should be able to go into a taxpayer funded building at any time in the publicly accessible areas and be able to peacefully exercise our rights.
You do me a favor and step away from my door so I can get in?
Yeah, go ahead. You have plenty of space, sir. I'm not a threat to you in any way. Have a great day, okay? Take care. Well, have the day you deserve. That's what I'll say. Have the day you deserve, Corporal. Anyway, like I was saying, now we have standing in federal court to do something about this. Absolutely ridiculous. We got to abolish qualified immunity. Something's got to change. We need transparency and accountability within our government, ladies and gentlemen, and this is not it. But let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Long Island Audit. Peace.